held on Wednesday, August 17, 2022 at 7 p.m. in the high school auditorium. Can we please all rise?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This meeting is being recorded for district purposes. It is or may be published in part or in its entirety on the district's website without the express permission of meeting participants. Can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Carpenter?
Here.
Mr. Cephas?
Here.
Mrs. Fisher?
Here.
Ms. Fitzko?
Here.
Mr. Keeper?
Here.
Mrs. Kehoe?
Here.
Mrs. Smith? Mr. Zachi?
Here.
Mrs. Ramasco?
Here.
8 present.
Can I have the sunshine law, please?
The Board of School Directors held an executive session on Wednesday, August 10th to discuss personnel matters and matters subject to attorney-client privilege and other confidentiality laws.
Thank you. Are there any amendments to the agenda?
Yes, Madam President. Under Personnel, I would like to remove item number 1 and add letter B to number 1 of number 19 for Mike Semanek as a volunteer football coach for no remuneration.
Can I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. So we will now be welcoming our new administration and also our SROs to the district. We're going to come down there, though, and do it in front of everybody so that we can shake everybody's hand. So just give us 1 second to get down there.
All of us?
All right, so first, Foster Crawford, our new technology director.
Hi, I'm Foster Crawford. I'm the new IT director. I've been in the school district's IT departments for 5.5 years now, and I'm very excited to join the Ambridge School District. It's very exciting, so thank you for having me.
Thank you. Congratulations. All right, Leanne Holman, our new food service director.
Hello, I'm Leanne Holman. I'm the new food service director, and I'm really excited to be working here at Ambridge School District. Thank you, everyone.
Mr. Joseph Lamenza, our new high school assistant principal and athletic director.
Joe Lamenza, high school assistant principal, athletic director, and just want everybody to know I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you.
All right, next we have Chief John DeLuca here from the Ambridge Police Department, and he's going to introduce the two SROs, one who can't be present with us tonight. So,
Thank you, everyone. I'm Chief DeLuca here with the Ambridge Police Department. Kind of excited to get moving on our new journey with being security for both of the schools, the high school and the middle school. We are going to have 2 full-time officers, one in the middle school and one in the high school. Tonight, Anthony Fan is on vacation. He can't be present. He will be doing the high school. And Sergeant Glenn Sovich here that is going to be working the middle school for us. Glenn, do you have anything you would like to add?
I just want to thank everybody for welcoming me back as a school resource officer. Excited to work with a new group of kids and build some relationships and mentoring and all that fun stuff. Thanks.
We also have a presentation this evening from Laura Del Vecchio, the Assistant Director of the Beaver County CTC Dual Enrollment. Welcome.
No, no, challenged. And thank you. So I gotta use my outside voice. Thank you so much for affording me the opportunity on behalf of the staff and the administration at Beaver County CTC for being here tonight to speak about the Beaver County CTC and our new dual enrollment opportunity for the students who attend the CTC. But just briefly, a little bit about the CTC. A lot of people don't know what the CTC is until I use the word VOTEC. And we have been around since 1978. We are an established institution, and we have 17 programs. 17 programs that have been there and functioning. We have 22 instructional staff. And all told, our staff, when we look at their backgrounds, we have a unique setting. I was a K through 12 person before getting into Career and Technology, the Career and Technology Center. I was a school counselor. And so when I came to Beaver County CTC 17 years ago now, it was an interesting adventure. And I always say it's like the movie The Fog. Once you get in, you never want to leave it. So we actually want our instructional staff to be subject matter experts first. So when we look at our staff at CTC, they have an average amount of years of experience in their fields of 15 to 20 years. That's more than anybody in the county could say, anybody who's offering a career and technical education. We have a lot of subject matter experts that are providing exemplary career and technical education to students that choose to come to the Beaver County CTC, and we're very proud of our staff and what they've done. Our enrollment is up this year. We are so excited about that with the amount of competition that we're facing, not only in the county, but even outside of the county. So that speaks volumes about our staff. So we're excited about the 2022-2023 school year and what we're offering and the amount of students who are interested in coming. And we thank districts like Ambridge and all of our partner districts. I like to refer to you as our partner districts, because you are. We truly have a strong partnership. And working with the districts for all these years, we have been able to preserve those relationships, and I'm thankful for that. I saw Glenn Sovich here, and I remember when I started, he was around, walking around the building then, and I'm thinking, this has come full circle, so it's kind of a little interesting here. But we offer so much to our students, and I don't think a lot of the community knows what we do offer. So first and foremost, we offer industry-recognized certifications, and that's what students take with them, and that's thanks to our partnerships with business and industry. We meet biannually with business partners. Every program, all 17 programs that we have at our facility, they meet with business and industry in meetings. And myself and my director, David Whitez, who couldn't be with us this evening, but we sit on every one of those meetings. And in those meetings, our business partners, they direct and they drive those programs. So they'll tell our instructors, you know, this is the equipment you really need to consider for your programs. And our equipment is very expensive. And I'm the one that gets to do the grant writing and and I get to see what a CNC lathe costs, $40,000+, and I get to see how expensive this equipment is. But we want our students to have the best so they're competitive when they are leaving us. So industry recognized certifications, they also drive as far as curriculum. Our curriculum is very rigorous. I get to do the teacher evaluations. And when I sit in programs and I see Ohm's law being taught to electrical occupation students, it's not easy. So when we have students from a wide variety of different, academic levels, and our instructors are made to have to teach and differentiate their instruction. And so, as I was saying before, our instructors come from industry first, and they go back and become instructors. So it's a little different than the traditional K through 12, instruction that goes on in your building. So they have a challenge, but they do it well, and they love what they do. And they can be making a lot of money in industry, but they love what they do, and they love to give back to our students. So, and we have a good time in our CTC. In fact, I want to invite you guys. You're always welcome as a board to come out and have one of your meetings at our facility and see what's going on there. And we have a lot of great things going on this year. We have a new facilities director who came on board last year, and what he's done to our building in the last year and a half is amazing. And Mrs. Kehoe was there today. We had an interview, and she and some other board members were able to see just what happened over the summer, and our staff will be excited when they come back. So getting back to what else do we offer students? So industry recognized credentials. We also offer, and that's going to be helpful, and I'm looking at my educators here. I'm looking at Dr. Pasquarella and Mr. King and Ms. Lipstick over there. That's my girl over there. But we are actually helping our districts, and we started this last year. I got the staff ready with this Act 158. This is a graduation pathway so that students who are not able to pass a Keystone exam can use a CTC as a graduation pathway, whether it be with an industry certification or through the NOCTI, N-O-C-T-I. Everybody says NOCTI. Being Italian, they're like, no, not pasta. NOCTI exam, that can help our students to be able to graduate. So we are a pathway, and so we are ready, and we're ready to help those students. And I've had a lot of phone calls this summer from our educational leaders. I host principal meetings once a month, and I had the principals in last year. We talked about that. We hit the ground running with that as well. So we're providing that opportunity also for our districts and our students. In addition to that, we also provide, this is the best part, because I always like to use this line, and I was quoted, and I loved it, but we are no longer a dead end, but we are a stepping stone. It's no longer a place for students who just want to go to the workforce, but also if they want to go out into further their education at a post-secondary institution, whether it be a 2-year or a 4-year institution. We just signed an agreement with Robert Morris University, and that's actually a local agreement, as well as CCBC, which I'll be getting to in a little bit, but we also have a statewide articulation agreement through a program called SOAR, and that is any college or university in the state who participates, students who are eligible who attend a CTC like ours can actually, go to a college or university in the state. So it's definitely not a dead end. So it's a good stepping stone for any college or university. So you no longer have to just go into the world of work. And also the military. We are also involved with the military. We do a lot of work with unions as well. We had an apprenticeship readiness program that we offered this past year as well, and we look to continue that as well to help our community. I always say, and I've been quoted, workforce development leads to economic development. And we've seen what's been going on in the mall area, that poor mall. I think we need to really build the economy in Beaver County, and we are the hub for that. Our school like ours is a great hub for building that workforce, and that's what we're doing with our students, to build the economy of Beaver County. So to look at us more as a hub now and what we can do for our students. And then finally what we're doing with the Community College of Beaver County, which is our dual enrollment program. So through the Mascaro Construction Academy, students who are enrolled in carpentry, electrical occupations, Masonry, machine tool technology, and welding, and HVAC are eligible to now become dual enrollment students. And what's even more important is they can actually stay at the CTC, so you don't have to worry about busing. Isn't that nice? They can stay right there. They get their hands-on instruction with our instructors at the CTC, and then representatives from CCBC will give them that college component. So they can earn up to 14 credits while being students at the CTC, which is awesome for the students. So that's something else we're looking into. We're actually going to participate in this year, and we're looking into actually expanding that with some of our other programs as well as we continue to build. And we're looking at adding on credits for students as well. And these are students who would be interested in higher level positions in the construction trade. So superintendents, supervisors, or project managers as well. So that's a little bit of what we're doing at the CTC. And there's more to come, so we're really excited about that as well. And I just want to say thank you also. We truly love Mary Jo Kehoe as our board representative. I have to say, we have a picture in the boardroom, and I was joking about it because I don't take very many good pictures, but I did take a good one this year. And I said, that's a good one of me. I happen to be in the center. I don't take very many good ones. But when the instructors come in there, they'll say, no, who's that one? But every single instructor does know Mrs. Kehoe. And they'll say, because she's always in our building, and she's always complimenting the teachers and the staff. And we have our graduation at the CCBC Dome. You're always welcome to come along. We move it quickly. But when I'm on the stage, but I can see what's in front of me, and I heard a lot of the instructors thanking her for what she's done. She's truly a proponent of our school and career and tech ed and what we do at our school. And I appreciate that, and I speak on behalf of the instructional staff for what you do and what you do for our students and for our school. And I thank you on behalf of the staff and for all that you do. We hope to keep you for many more years because you are a big voice for us, and we need that support. And there's a lot of good things coming with career and tech ed, and it will be a relief for many of you as districts. I have a lot of people at the state that are saying good things. And I also want to thank Janice Zupsik, because she is a wonderful support for me as well as an administrator. And she has, anytime I call on her and little Teresa Brewer, they have been rock stars. And even Jennifer Scaletta, the counseling staff, you know how I feel about the counseling staff. And thank you, Dr. Pastorella, for inviting me as well. And sometimes the superintendents kind of are a little bit, they push aside, but not Dr. P. He's humble and kind, and I thank you for that. And Barry King, don't think I forgot about you. I said he looked like a Philadelphia attorney sitting over there with that suit. That kind of scared me. Megan, he scared me a little bit. Okay, but I want to thank you, though, honestly, for all that you do and your support constantly of our CTC. And I meant when I said you're always welcome to come over to our building and have your meetings there. We do have a culinary arts program, and we are opening our restaurant this year. And the prices are just so right. Just want to let you know that.
Can we get an email when that happens?
Yes. Amy, I think I like you already. Just letting you know that. No pressure, everybody else on the board. Is it John? You keep smiling. I like that. It's Tom. Tom, you're the one smiling and being friendly, so thank you for that, too.
How do you know me?
Your sign in front of you. Contacts are still working. I'm over 40, but they're still working. Yeah, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call me or email me. I always like to talk about career and tech ed. And our staff is just like me. They will welcome you with open arms. You will feel like you walk on water when you come in the building. I promise you that. So thank you so much for all that you do for our students.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Maybe you might be getting random emails from me. Friendly emails.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming and giving us all those updates. At this time, district residents may come forward to comment on agenda items only. Each person must state their first and last name and address prior to speaking. Each resident will be allowed 3 minutes and can speak only once. This period for public comment prior to the standing committee reports will be limited to 1/2 hour. Although not required, board members desiring to address questions or concerns may do so after the residents' comments or questions or at the conclusion of the committee reports. There will still be an opportunity for residents to comment on any business relevant to the Ambridge Area School District under old and new business at the end of the meeting. Is there anybody who wishes to comment on any agenda items? Okay. So moving on to legislative action for this meeting, under Education and Technology, Mr. Zacci.
As one item for this evening, the updated 22-23 high school course of studies. It's recommended to the 22-23 high school course of studies book be amended to update the course description to include the course Introduction to Forensic Science.
Can I have a second?
Second.
Any board discussion? Can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Mr. Cephas?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Ms. Fitzko?
Yes.
Mr. Keeber?
Yes.
Mrs. Kehoe?
Yes.
Mr. Zachi?
Yes.
Mrs. Ramasco?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Under steering and rules and legislative, Mrs. Kehoe and Mrs. Fisher.
Item number 1 will be policy 626, federal fiscal compliance, and it is the final reading on this, to include language regarding payment of staff with federal funds in extenuating or emergency circumstances in accordance with applicable law and regulations or emergency declarations by state or federal authorities. So I would like to move for the adoption of item number 1 as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any board discussion? Can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Mr. Cephas?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Ms. Fitzko?
Yes.
Mr. Keeber?
Yes.
Mrs. Kehoe?
Yes.
Mr. Zachi?
Yes.
Mrs. Ramasco?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Under personnel and salary schedule and labor relations, Mr. Cephas.
All right, let's buckle in on this one. So personnel, salary schedule, and labor relations, all new hires pending receipt of satisfactory and current clearances, satisfactory drug screenings, TB testing, response by current and former employers, or Act 168 screening and PDE certification if applicable. I do want to say we are amending and removing item number 1 into next week's meeting. Okay. Item number 2, professional employee. It's recommended to retroactively approve Emily Schultz as an Ambridge area high school mathematics teacher at a salary of $47,681. Step 1's master's, effective with the first day of the new teacher induction, as per the terms of Ambridge Area Education Association. Agreement pending recipient of satisfactory and current clearances, satisfactory drug screening, TB testing, response by current former employee, Act 168 screening, and receipt of current PDE certification. Item 3, it's recommended to retroactively approve Corey Canaval as an Ambridge area high school BCIT teacher at a salary of $47,681, Step 1 master's, effective with the first day of the new teacher induction, as per the terms of the Ambridge Area Education Association agreement, pending receipt of satisfactory and current clearances and satisfactory testing and responses by current and former employee to Act 168 screening and recipient of current PDE certification. Number 4, it's recommended to retroactively approve Ethan Becker as the Ambridge Area High School Learning Support, Emotional Support, Autistic Support, Life Skill Transition Special Education teacher at a salary of $47,681, Step 1 master's, effective for the first day of new teacher induction as per the Teachers of Ambridge Area Education Association agreement, pending receipt of satisfactory and current clearances, drug screening, TB testing, and response by current former employee of Act 168, screening and receipt of current PD certification. Item number 5 is recommended to retroactively approve Lee Levy as Highland Elementary School Learning Supportive Autistic Support Teacher K-12 or K-2 at a salary of $47,681, Step 1 master's, effective with the first day of the new teacher induction as per the term of Ambridge Area Education Association agreement, pending receipt of satisfactory and current clearances, satisfaction drug screening, TB testing, response by current former employers to Act 168 screening and recipient of current PDE certification. Number 6, recommended to retroactively approve Christina Morose as a Highland Elementary School Emotional Support, Learning Support Teacher K-2 at a salary of $46,771, Step 1 bachelor's, effective with the first day of the new teacher induction as per the term of Ambridge Area Education Association agreement, pending receipt of satisfactory and current clearances, satisfactory drug, TB testing, responses by current former employers to Act 168 screening, and receipt of current PDE certifications. Hang in there. Number 7, teacher. And so it's recommended to approve the following individuals to serve as the technology integrators in their assigned buildings for the 2022 and 23 school year, to be paid as a stipend of $1,200 as per the collective bargaining agreement. As you see here, Economy Elementary has Michelle Kismer and Lynn Hartel. The high school has Michelle Hapick and State Elementary have Caitlin Bajagger for the second semester to be paid at $600. Item number 8, clubs activities. It's recommended the following individuals who have applied for this specific position, posted position for the 2022-2023 school year be approved at the rate of pay as per the collective bargaining agreement, provided the school year allows and sponsors are able to hold activity as normal. As you see, the activity club, the high school, we got the senior, junior, silhouette, bowling, and or 2 bowlings. You got Nicole Connolly, Casey Neal, Veronica Sminnock, Shannon Dwalin, Alexander Dwalin as a volunteer, and you see the respective salaries, $15.50, $21.50, $20.50, $7.50, and then the volunteer with no remuneration. Okay. Item 9, it's recommended to rescind Susan Menapelli as the secondary special education department head, which was previously approved at the July 13, 2022 board meeting. Item 10, department heads and building heads. It's recommended the following individuals have applied for the specific posted position for the 2022-2023 school year be approved at the salary designated in the negotiated agreement. We got special education, Susan Menapelli. The salary was $1,365. FMLA, item 11. It's recommended to rectify employee 155 taking a leave of absence under board policy 435, family and medical leave beginning August 22nd, 2022, not to exceed 12 weeks. Item 12, FMLA, it's recommended to rectify employee 2,628 taking a leave of absence under board policy 435, family medical leave beginning August 22 or August 22nd, 2022, not to exceed 12 weeks. Okay. 13, FMLA is recommended to approve employee number 20 taking a leave of absence under board policy 435, family and medical leave beginning August 22nd, 2022, not to exceed 12 weeks. 14, FMLA is recommended to approve employee 2674 taking a leave of absence under board policy 535, family and medical leave beginning in June 29th, 2022, not to exceed 12 weeks. Okay. 15, resignation. It's recommended to approve the resignation of Mary Lou School Up from her position as the middle school 6th grade all subject teachers effective August 15, 2022 with regret. The district reserves the right to retain the employee for 60 days statutory period or until relief of duties, whichever occurs first. 16, resignation. It's recommended to approve the resignation of Jason Roos from his position as the Ambridge Area High School technology education teacher effective July 19, 2022 with regret. The district reserves the right to retain the employee for 60 days, statutory periods, or until the release of duties, whichever occurs first. Number 17, resignation. It's recommended to approve the resignation of Sarah Bogan from her position as an Ambridge Area High School English Spanish teacher effective July 19, 2022 with regret. The district also reserves the right to retain the employee for 60 days, statutory period, release of duty, whichever occurs first. 18, resignation. It's recommended to rectify the resignation of Vicky Freed from her position as a high school hall monitor effective August 1st, 2022 with regret. And then item 19, 2022-2023 fall coaches. It's recommended the following individuals be approved to fill the designated fall coaching position for the 2022-23 school year at the salary as per the term of the collective bargaining agreement pending recipient current clearances, satisfactory dress screening, TB testing, and responses by current former employer to Act 168 screening provided to the school year allows and coaches can hold fall sports as normal. So we have item 1, Justin Saunders, no remuneration, and then we also highlighted Mike Smianik, okay, and 2 cross country, we got Luca Hanish, volunteer coach, no remuneration, okay. Almost there. Here we go. So number 3, boys varsity soccer, David Staubigan, volunteer coach, no remuneration. And then item 20, mentor teachers. Recommended to rectify the following mentor teachers assignment for the 2021-22 school year be approved as per the negotiated agreements. We got a mentor teacher, Teresa Brewer, and a new teacher, Ashley Schmidt. 21 mentor teachers. Recommended to approve the following mentor teachers assignments for 2022-23 school year be approved as per the negotiated agreement. The mentor teachers are Jamie Wellman, Ashley Schmidt, Stephanie Heiss, Tiffany Miller, Krista Novak, Jamie Wellman, Jason Gurley, Ken Withrow. Then the new teachers are Hannah Jozwiak, Anna Rubaker, Sarah Schaefer, Miranda Speakman, Corey Canaval, Lee Levy, Christina Moroz, Emily Schultz. Item 22, Memorandum of Understanding is recommended to approve the Memorandum of Understanding between Ambridge Area School District and Ambridge Area Education Support Association, ESP, PSEA, NEA, dated August 17th, 2022. Item 23, Memorandum of Understanding is recommended to approve the Memorandum of Understanding between Ambridge Area School District and Ambridge Area Education Association regarding the Ambridge Area School District quarantine leave. 24, Memorandum of Understanding. It is recommended to approve the Memorandum of Understanding between Ambridge Area School District and Ambridge Area Education Association regarding the Ambridge Area School District EA attendance stipend. 25, School Resource Officer Agreement Renewal. It's recommended to approve a 5-year agreement between the Ambridge Police Department and the Ambridge Area School District to provide school resource officers in the middle school and high school to commence on July 1st, 2022 and end on June 30th, 2027 at the cost not to exceed $90,000 per SRO per school pending solicitor review. Believe it or not, that is it.
Thank you, Mr. Sivas. All the way back to the beginning. Did you make a motion for this?
For item number
How you
1?
stated, for all of them.
Oh, no, I need to make a motion.
Yes, I thought so.
For the last 6 pages I read. No, hold on.
2 through 25.
2 through 25.
Do I have a second? Okay. So can you make that motion again?
Yes, I need to
Include
make a motion for items 2 through 25.
As amended.
As amended. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
Second.
Any board discussion? Okay, can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Mr. Cephas?
Yes?
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Ms. Fitzko?
Yes.
Mr. Kieber?
Yes.
Mrs. Kehoe?
Yes.
Mr. Zachi?
Yes.
Mrs. Romasco?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Under Finance and Budget and Buildings and Grounds, Mr. Carpenter and Mr. Keeper.
I'll take this one.
Thank you, Mr. Carpenter.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the following middle school chiller repair. It's recommended to accept a proposal from Guy Mechanical Systems Incorporated, an amount not to exceed $18,800 to repair the chiller at the middle school. Number 2, Highland Elementary steamer replacement. It's recommended to purchase a convection steamer for Highland Elementary cafeteria in the amount of $30,909.68. The bid for the steamer was made through the state bidding process, which is called CoStars. And number 3, the Anthony Wayne access agreement. It is recommended to approve the access agreement for Anthony Wayne Elementary School in the anticipation of the completion of the sale.
Thank you. You did make a motion for that, correct?
I did.
Thank you. Can I have a second?
Second.
Any board discussion?
Can our solicitor just explain, just for the public, what number 3 is and what that entails?
Sure, no, I'm happy to. So Anthony Wayne, we anticipate that the sales transaction, the closing of that property will be next week or within, I would say, 7 to 10 days, depending on the finalization of the paperwork from the state for the buyer. In the meantime, the buyer has identified that there is some electrical equipment in the basement of that building. I believe it's a Duquesne light transformer that needs to be removed. The buyer intends, I believe, to demolish the current structure pretty quickly after closing, so allowing them access prior to the sale closing allows them to facilitate that. In order to do that, and in exchange, one, they have provided proof of insurance, and they are insured for all of the work that they do, and also because this closing did not happen by August 1st, they agreed, and they're paying for the extension of the insurance of that building, the property insurance that the district has incurred until the date of closing. So that we believe that this is appropriate and covers from a liability perspective, and allows that sales transaction to happen and their future project to happen more quickly.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Any other board discussion? May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Carpenter?
Yes.
Mr. Cephas?
Yes.
Mrs. Fisher?
Yes.
Ms. Fitzko?
Yes.
Mr. Keever?
Yes.
Mrs. Kehoe?
Yes.
Mr. Zachary?
Yes.
Mrs. Ramasco?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Under committee reports, these are non-voting agenda items. Under education and technology, Mr. Zachi.
Item number 1, Pennsylvania Department of Education, ARP, ESSER, Health and Safety Plan Guidance and Template. It's recommended to approve the updated ARP Elementary and Secondary School Emergency Relief Fund Health and Safety Plan for the 22-23 school year. Any discussion?
I just would make a note on that for the board. Our committee met on that, as you have to every 6 months, as part of receiving the ESSER funding. There wasn't too much of a change since last year. The only thing the community did unanimously vote for, excuse me, in particular, was the fact that we will be going back to regular seating at the time being for the elementary cafeteria at this given point.
Number 2, it is recommended to approve an agreement with the Geneva College Department of Communication Disorders to allow Geneva College students to gain field experience within the district. Student handbooks. It's recommended to adopt the high school student handbook for the 22-23 school year. Recommended to adopt the middle school handbook for the 22-23 school year. And recommended to adopt the elementary student handbook for the 22-23 school year. Is there any discussion? For number 4, it's recommended to approve the MOU between Ambridge Area School District and AmeriCorps Seniors operating the Foster Grandparent Program, which provides experienced tutors and mentors to our students with special needs. This is sponsored by the Wesley Family Services and federally funded by AmeriCorps at no cost to the district, pending solicitor review. Any discussion? For number 5, it's recommended to approve the MOU between Ambridge Area School District and the EVERFI Incorporated to provide, is that EverFi? Okay. It's to provide EverFi's sponsored digital curriculum to students in grades 4 to 12 to teach critical topics such as career choice and digital literacy at no cost to the district, pending solicitor review. Any discussion? Number 6, it's recommended to approve an updated dual enrollment high school academics agreement between the Ambridge Area School District and the Community College of Beaver County. Original agreement was retroactively approved on February 17, 2021. The term of this agreement is from July 1st, 2019 through June 30, 2023. This program will allow students to concurrently enroll in an associate's degree, certificate, or diploma program while completing their high school requirements. Any questions? Number 7, it's recommended to approve the purchase of Teachers Pay Teachers for grades K to 6 at a cost of $7,200 to be purchased through ESSER's ARP grant funds. It is a platform created by teachers for teachers to access additional resources to use in their classrooms.
Can I ask a question about that one? Is that 1 year or is that lifetime? What does our $7,200 get us?
So the way I understand it, and I know that Dr. Filipowski could speak to it as well, but it is a 1-year subscription. However, you get limited access to a ton of resources as well as some additional resources. You get a certain amount of those, almost coinage, to be able to purchase those. At the close of those, most of those can be downloaded and saved or printed and saved. You wouldn't have online access back to them, but the ones that you printed and you own, you would be able to reuse, as I understand. Is that correct, Dr. Filipowski?
So K through 12 would have, K through 6 would have unlimited access then?
They would have unlimited access to the things that are accessible at the ground level, and then they would have certain amount of of access to ones that cost a little bit more. When they were done with that, they'd be able to hold on to anything that they either downloaded or printed. The other point I did want to make on this, I'm glad you stopped just for 1 second. I know you didn't ask this, but for clarification. When we were asking teachers for additional supplementals to be purchased out of this, I'd say there was probably, if we purchased it, close to $3,000 or $4,000 worth of requests anyway, if we wouldn't have gone with the 7,200. So there was one reason why we kind of looked into the availability to get more resources for more folks.
Thank you.
For number 8, it's recommended to approve the MOU between Highland Elementary School and WQED Multimedia Incorporated to create continuous bridges between proven PBS content focused on STEM literacy and technology skills. This is pending solicitor review.
I did have a comment on that. We had used some grant funds in a partnership with WQED in all of our buildings to offer scratch coding and engagement activities for parents that came. We went ahead and wrote a SMART grant in a partnership with Aliquippa School District. Unfortunately, our grant wasn't chosen. Our partnership was with Aliquippa and WQED. However, WQED did forward that to the Grable Foundation. Now, they weren't able to fund all of our schools, but they were able to fund Highland Elementary to start with. And this isn't exactly the same program, but it is going to offer a ton of resources to our teachers and kids. And our hope is that we will be able to show, as well as a couple schools in Aliquippa and I believe Woodland Hills, that this is beneficial, and Grable may continue to fund that for future schools. So this just recently came up to get that additional funding for no cost. Thank you.
The final item, cheer team field trip. It is recommended that the high school varsity cheerleaders be authorized to travel to Walt Disney World to participate in the Universal Cheerleaders Association National High School Cheerleading Championship from February 9 through February 13, I'm assuming 2023. Students who attend the competition will be reimbursed as per board policy number 240, which is 50% of travel cost or $250 per student, whichever is less. This is a maximum total of $3,000 paid out. Parents and or guardians will be required to sign permission and release forms. Chaperones will be required to have current clearances, satisfactory drug screening, TB testing, and responses by current former employers to Act 168 screening.
Just had one additional comment on that. Hopefully we will not have any issues, but I do think it should be mentioned either in my recommendation to all of you, whether you choose to add it, either in the motion or at least to the advisor, as to whether or not, if we ran into any issues with regards to COVID, how would we handle that? Hopefully that wouldn't happen, but in case, I think it's something that the board should at least consider in the motion.
Didn't we have verbiage around that last year? Was there verbiage around that
We
last
did,
year?
and then we never, I don't think we ended up going through with it because the issue was they just decided there was too much risk that if it happened, they would lose too much dollars. And, you know, I didn't really want to put it in there. I don't think it will be that way, but it could, could. So.
I think the verbiage was something to the effect of maybe after where it says for a maximum total of $3,000, if, I don't know how it was worded legally, but if they actually attend the competition.
If the board would allow that language, then I would suggest, since this isn't a voting item, that you allow the solicitor to work a little bit of language in there, if that's something you're interested in.
I think so.
Does be reimbursed not constitute that?
I'm sorry?
It says be reimbursed. Wasn't
Oh,
that
that's true.
be the assumption that they go and spend the money and then pay them back?
That might have been the way that we worded it, so that it was.
I'm
was that enough?
asking, I don't remember myself.
My only concern is be reimbursed. I've already paid it, and now I can't go. Will you still reimburse me?
Right.
I mean,
That's true.
I don't know. That was my only concern. I hope we're not talking about that, but in case, I figured I should mention it. because it's going to be, an expensive trip, and we're all hopeful that they will be able to fly in. I think we all are hopeful that they'll be able to participate.
Now, I'm happy to try to add a little bit of language for the final version for next week, just to address the contingency.
Please.
Is that good with everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Ramasco, that's my portion. If there's no further board discussion, back to you.
Thank you, Mr. Zachi. All right, under Finance and Budget and Buildings and Ground, is Mr. Kieber taking this one because Mr. Carpenter took last?
I can
do it?
take it
Okay.
again. You took it last time, I think. Sure. Or do you want to?
Sounds good.
You can do it.
All right. So, school district monthly bills and salaries. It's recommended the monthly school district bills in the amount listed and the monthly school district personnel salaries in the amount listed be paid. Cafeteria monthly bills and salaries. It's recommended that the monthly cafeteria bills in the amount listed and the monthly cafeteria personnel salaries in the amount listed be paid. Repository. It's recommended the board approve the sale of property from the Beaver County Repository of unsold property for the following properties as listed. 308 Park Road rear, 435 Maplewood Avenue for the amounts listed, and 4 Glenwood Drive rear for the amount listed to the purchasers. Tax exoneration. Number 4, it's recommended to approve a tax exoneration regarding the collection of real estate tax for 2013 to 2021, conditioned upon mutual municipal and county reciprocal exonerations. That's a lot of syllables. For the same years, relevant to the following property, tax parcel 227 Hill Road, South Heights, purchased by Kendall Liggins. Another tax exoneration, number 5, it's recommended to approve tax exoneration regarding the collection of real estate tax for the following properties for the 2020 through 2021 and prior year taxes to be purchased by Harmony Township, A, B, and C as listed. Number 6, PA Educator. It's recommended to approve the contract of service between the Ambridge Area School District and Pennsylvania Educators Clearinghouse for the 2022-23 school year at a cost of $21.75. 7, crossing guards. It's recommended the crossing guards be placed at locations throughout the Ambridge School District for the 22-23 school year as listed below. 10th Street and Duss Avenue, 5th Street and Duss Avenue, 8th Street and Duss Avenue, and State Street and Harmony Road. Number 8, the Beaver Valley Intermediate Lease Agreement. It's recommended to approve a lease agreement between the Ambridge Area School District and the Beaver Valley Intermediate Unit 27 to utilize 2 classrooms for an emotional support classroom effective to be determined, it appears, at a cost of to be determined pending solicitor review. Did I read that right? TBD, is that okay?
Yes, it is. We're finalizing the agreement. I think we have some approval from the board. We're just working through the final details on the exact cost. Theirs is may not be per month, it might be per square foot and those type of things. But overall, yeah, they're looking to utilize 2 of our classrooms for this.
Very good, thank you. Number 9, award a bowling facility. It's recommended to approve an agreement for services contract with Fair Oaks Bowling Lanes to provide a venue for the high school bowling team for the term of 3 years from 22 to 25. And finally, number 10, after-school safety plan. It's recommended to adopt an after-school safety plan to ensure student safety protocols during after-school hours and all after-school activities. That's all I have.
I do have one question. Under number 8, do we have a school in particular that these classrooms will be located in?
Yes, it'll be economy.
Okay. Thank you. There is no items at this time under athletics and public relations. Steering and roles and legislative, Mrs. Kehoe, Mrs. Fisher.
Yes, Mrs. Marasco, I'm going to take the first 2. Mrs. Kehoe will do the following. Policy 114, gifted education, first reading. It is recommended as a first reading to revise School Board Policy 114, Gifted Education to develop and implement a gifted education plan every 6 years as required by law and regulations. Policy 218.1, weapons, first reading. It is recommended as a first reading to update School Board Policy 218.1, weapons, to recognize the importance of a safe school environment relative to the education process.
Item number 3 is Policy 221, dress and grooming. It's a first reading. It is to recommend update to Board Policy 221, dress and grooming, to recognize each student's mode of dress and grooming is a personal manifestation of, I think it's supposed to be personal style, and individual preference. Any questions? Item number 4, Policy 222, tobacco and baking products, first reading. It is to update School Board Policy 222 to recognize that tobacco and vaping products, including the product marketed as Juul and other electronic cigarettes, present a health and safety hazard that can have serious consequences for users, non-users, and the school environment. Any questions? And can we please have these policies sent to us prior to next week? Thank you.
Thank you. I have nothing to report this evening except that I welcome the administrators and the SROs to the schools, and very happy that you all came tonight, and thank you very much for taking the time out of your night to spend with us.
Okay, yep, thank you. Yeah, just under superintendent's report, I'd just like to thank everyone, our entire staff who's been working very diligently all summer to start to prepare for the opening of school. It's a very exciting time. You know, our custodians and staff have done an excellent job getting our buildings cleaned and ready to go. Administration and entire staff have been working hard to be prepared for the opening of school. And I'd also like to welcome all of our new administration and other staff that are with us tonight. Looking forward to a great and successful start to the school year. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pascarella. Solicitor Turnbull, do you have a report for this evening?
I don't, but thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you very much. It is now time for old and new business. Any district resident who desires to comment on any business relevant to the Ambridge Area School District should now come forward. Each person must state their first and last name and address prior to speaking. Each person will be allowed 3 minutes and can speak only once. This period is for public comment prior to the standing committee reports will be limited to 1/2 hour. Is there anybody who wishes to speak on any items this evening? Okay. With that, I make a motion to adjourn and return to executive session.
For personnel reasons and matters subject to attorney-client privilege.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, meeting adjourned. Thank you for coming.
Good job.